Hi, and welcome to HUR at Home. I'm your host, Angela Stribling, and you know it's ladies' night, so I've got all my radio sisters with me, starting with Nina Brown, Coca Lonnie, Autumn Joy. Hi, ladies. I am coming at you from Detroit tonight.
What? Do tell. What's going on?
Well, I'm in Detroit every year. I host and do Voice of God, and sometimes I'll perform, sing with the jazz band for the Black Engineer of the Year Awards. And I'm so proud of this organization. They give all of these awards to these deserving people, engineers, people behind the scenes, a lot of military people. It's normally about 3,000 people a night who turn out for this. However, because this is COVID, we're doing it in a whole new way. So I'm staying in this hotel and, it's at another location, the actual events, but typically the hotels are bustling with people. You see so many beautiful, professional Black people all over the place. I'm like walking through the halls, like, is anybody around? It just really brought home the whole pandemic. You know what I mean? And so the way we'll do it, they're flying in the entertainment and I'll be on stage hosting it, but then the recipients of the awards will be virtual. It's different, but the show must go on. So I'm just honored to be here. How are you ladies doing? What's new and exciting?
Well, I'm in full mommy mode. As y'all can see, I have a special guest on my lap. This is HR at home, and I am truly at home. So we're going to get through this live stream, but I will warn you now, he likes to compete with my voice. When I start talking, he tries to sing his ABCs louder than I am talking. So if I tap out, just understand it's I have a 2-year-old who thinks it's all about him.
Listen, we're glad that you came tonight and you just jump out whenever you need to. We understand. Oh, you know what? Our comment section is lively already. If there's anything you guys want to talk about in the comments, if you have any questions for any of us, any current events that we are not touching on, this is for you. So make sure that you give us some comments. Mark says hello. Missy says hello.
Hey, Mark.
Here. Isabella, that's our girl from Dubai.
Hey.
Mark, hi. Doing a fine job all. Jonathan, hi. Mark, you did your mom the same way. Go, little man. The star of the show.
I like Mark.
April, hey, ladies. And Autumn, what's going on with you? I like the ponytail. We're just ponytail day.
Just the ponytail, that's what's new with me. That's a great question. Nothing really new. I'm finally live. Oh, go ahead.
She's not telling the truth. You guys have got to go to Autumn Joy Live on Instagram and see her 30-minute dance video. She put on a whole show today, and it was the best thing I've seen all 2021. Like,
I mean, if you it's so funny. First thing in the morning, you don't need coffee.
So like I'll break out, like it'll just be sporadic. Like when I'm in the studio, I'm feeling good. And today was my first day back live back in the studio, because I went to Miami, and because I went to Miami, it's a hot spot, so I had to be home. And so, after I got my rapid test done and everything came back negative, I was able to go back to the studio today. So I was just so excited to just be back at HUR. And I think it was just the HUR air that just hit me. And like Ja Rule came on, and I hadn't heard that song in a minute. And I really can't dance, but in my mind, I think I can. And so I mixed up the silhouette challenge. I mixed up the busted challenge. I just was in there.
I gotta see this. Did you do this all to Ja Rule as a soundtrack?
I did this to Living It Up.
Shout out to Ja Rule.
Living It Up was how I felt.
You're bringing him back, girl. You gotta bring back Ja
Rule. Live. Just check out her Instagram page. Busting all kinds of moves. How about you, Coca Lonnie? What's up, girl?
Everything is going well. I'm so happy. We were supposed to get that big snowstorm over the weekend, and it came, and then it left, and now it looks like it's coming back again. I don't know. Are you guys? Well, you're in Detroit, so you're not really dealing with the snow out there, right?
Oh, there's snow on the ground when I got here. It was snowing earlier today. It's more snow here.
Okay.
That's the forecast for the next couple of days. Can you guys see that?
No, just go ahead. Break it down. Break it down real quick.
It's like snow Monday. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like snow Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. Like
okay, Nina, do you get any snow? Nina, do we need to ship some of the snow down there to you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You keep it up there. Hey, Demo. I think it's Demo, right? I feel like you spell your name differently than what's on Twitter. David, this is my Twitter buddy. And I love him. He's awesome. He tunes into our show every day, and he's a fan of Autumn Joy's show.
Good. Oh, I love it. He said you're trying to break the internet, and I think he's right.
I'm trying.
Well, okay.
I'm trying. Listen,
let's weigh in just a little bit on the impeachment trials. I mean, it started off boring a little bit just because everybody's kind of saying the same thing, but you can't look away because I think it's really compelling. I love the way the Democrats are crafting the whole story just by telling the truth. And today, as you know, they came out with video that no one had seen yet. I loved that.
Just some uncut video. This is uncut video.
Like BET uncut? What kind of uncut?
Yeah, it's like uncut from different angles that we haven't seen before. You're absolutely right. It was really wow.
As they're escorting him out, this, one of the guys calling for Nancy Pelosi running through the halls. It was eerie, really creepy, just, searching for her, Nancy, we're looking for you. We're here. We're coming for you. Stuff like that. Can you imagine?
And it's really sad. I was listening to the news today and they were like, well, with all the video footage, it's just so difficult to convict anyone, and I'm like, if this was flipped around, they'd be getting you on everything. You'd be in jail. They'd be like, well, you shouldn't even been there. So you in jail for 20 years, But this one, they're like, well, it's just so difficult. We just don't want to, pinpoint. And we just need evidence showing that they're actually doing stuff. So I just think it's kind of crazy.
Let me tell you something. If that was flipped around, they would be arresting the Uber drivers that brought people there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how deep
everybody accomplice.
Everybody's going down. And did you guys see the article that came out about the FBI agent that was there and was like leading and was part of like the insurrection? So I do think that this is something that we are going to be dealing with for years because it's just it's a lot deeper than what we will ever know. So
Mark said the black female attorney is all that, super smart.
She was awesome.
She really was awesome.
But did you see Trump's attorney though yesterday speaking? Did you guys see clips of that? That was just hilarious.
From law school.
No, he was
graduated last week from law school.
I was wondering where are you going with this because he's just
rambling
all this stuff, and I'm like, and your point, sir.
I think he's from LegalZoom. I just got a text. Somebody said
LegalZoom lawyer.
This just in. Norvell, do y'all think this insurrection was just spoiled? What?
Was just spoiled? White folks.
Oh.
You guys are good with the acronym.
I know. I'm like, WF, what?
I was like, whitey fish?
What? Wednesday, Friday?
Or I was looking for the T in the middle of it.
Right. That's what I was looking.
But, okay, to your question, do we think they're just spoiled people? I'm going to say yes, all of them, to feel like you have a right to storm the Capitol with no consequences, spoiled and a whole lot of other problems.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, but is there really consequences when you can have organic food in jail and when you can be granted to go to Mexico for a bonding retreat with your employees because the trip was already paid and you can't get your money back? You know what I mean? If you're able to get a laptop that you were trying to sell to Russia actively, but still out on bond, you know what I mean? So I do think that these people understood exactly what their privilege would allow them to do, and that's why they felt emboldened and knew that they weren't going to get in as much trouble because they were white. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Their whiteness is what protects them.
And you know what's really crazy is I think it's good and bad. It's good because the whole world is now seeing the disparity in the two justice systems that are at play here in the United States. Because I've seen people of color manhandled more for not wearing a mask, i.e. Trey Songz, than going up to the Capitol and bum rushing the show.
So true.
It's crazy.
Trey Songz.
Now, Nina, you know you're always supposed to be reading the comments here.
Yeah,
she said Trey Songz, and Nina got lost too.
Come on, Nina.
Awesome sauce. Damo,
that's right.
Half of those jokers that raided the Capitol didn't even vote.
That's
you know what?
Right.
That's so crazy. Yeah, shout out to Joe Gorham, always HUR family. He said it's called absolutely.
And then they were talking about, I saw another article recently where they were like, oh, these people had financial problems. And so specialists are trying to dig in to really see why they did. What? It's just so crazy to me that when it's white people, they're trying to get to the root. They try to figure out why they did it. But when it's black and brown people, lock them up.
Lock them up. We don't want to hear nothing.
And never will be found innocent.
He knew better.
Yeah.
So true. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, all the more reason they were there because Trump invited them to come. He deserves that second impeachment.
Yeah. So. I enjoyed the Frank Ski and Nina Brown show today too, Isabella.
Oh yeah. Hi, Isabella. So you want to talk about it, Miss Nina, while you're here? I mean, I try not to miss your shows. You're the boss lady one. You know, I love that as well.
Yeah, we've been, you know what, let me just tell y'all, we have been really in our groove and it feels so good. I mean, we started the Frank Ski show with Nina Brown in August. The DMV is such a special place to do radio. When I tell you, my tribe holds me down, and a lot of the guy listeners too, like, y'all have my back, but there's something about like my girls, they come through, they like, don't worry, Nina, let me handle Frank for you.
Okay. You're right, Nina. He's definitely trying to outtalk you.
He's like, oh yeah, I got stuff to say too.
Yeah, no, we talked about like boss women, right? Because Super Sen, who's a can anyone take over for me?
Well, Jeanette, we got to talk about Jeanette, that caller girl.
Yeah, well,
tell me about Jeanette.
That was intense.
Super Sen said with a boss woman, you're either going to be motivated or you're going to be intimidated. But what boss women should not do anymore is dumb it down for men. Dim our shine because a man feels intimidated by us. And Frank felt that it has nothing to do with intimidation. But he says when women make money, they get this mouth where they feel like they can just, pop off and, be just all the things that men don't like about women, loud and in your face. And it just, it was just a very toxic conversation. And Autumn is referring to Jeanette, this lady who called in, tried to go off on me.
Was not on your side
at all. Chopping down them trees in her overalls. She was, that's all I kept picturing was an axe in her hand with them overalls.
She's like, I am not with you, Nina, at all. And she goes, and that's your problem. You don't listen.
Shut your mouth.
You just need to shut up and give him in good sex and get in the kitchen. I was done. I flatlined. I don't hear anything you're saying, Jeanette, because I am way more than just a man's sex machine and his maid. Like, how dare you? Like, even put in that same category as if that's all a woman is good for. It was just totally offensive. I don't care if you've been married 17 years. I will say this the day I die. Not every single woman is miserable, and not every married woman is happy. Like, women can be complete without men.
Yeah. And well, really quickly to your original point, Nina, I will say, Rich, before he met me, the women that he was dating, they were, bosses, surgeons, owners of their own practice, women that wear pencil skirts and sensible tops, those type of boss women. And he did say the one thing that was the common denominator with them all was, and Frank said this, and I did agree, they did not know how to turn off that boss when they got home. And so they tried to boss him around. Right. And that's so when Frank said that, I did agree with that, because there are some women that just don't know how to turn it off when it comes to their personal life, and they take issue with their man, maybe especially if their man doesn't make as much money, maybe isn't as successful, they will get offended almost if their less successful man is trying to tell them what to do or whatever.
Honestly though, when you look at the root problem, is it really a money thing, or is it just that woman's insecurities?
Absolutely. No, that's why I said some, so, but I absolutely do. I do agree with that. But so when he said that, made that comment, I understood where he was coming from. And then as far as the whole Jeanette situation, I was like, sis, she's been married 3 times, talking about 17 years, but it's like a combination of 3 marriages. So like, how successful have you really been? You know what I mean? So you got to take everything with a grain of salt. But I do have to say, like, I listen for my Alexa, when I'm in the kitchen and around the house helping Zay with his work. And Frank Ski and Nina Brown, you all have been killing it to the point where, like, I have to tell Zay to be quiet. Nina, hold on. They don't.
True. Nina, you started off saying how a lot of the women are so happy that you're on the air because you do speak for a lot of us, where, Frank is a strong, he's a strong man with strong opinions, and you don't let him get away with anything.
You're like, I love my vein right here pops.
Yes. But women appreciate that. I mean,
I'm always like, I don't even consider myself like a feminist per se, right? But I just believe that women can do whatever they want. If you want to, play second to a man, do you. If you want to be a boss, do you. We can do whatever we want, right? And that because I actually believe in very traditional, non-traditional roles. Like, I do want a man to lead my household, but I also feel like I should have a voice, and I deserve to have a voice. If I don't like the way something feels, I'm gonna say it. You know what I mean? So, I just believe in that, and I'm always just gonna keep it real. I'm so glad you guys have been enjoying the conversation. We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he lets you talk, because I've heard of situations and seen situations where, a guy-girl duo, and the guy just will down talk the girl and not really let her do her thing or call her crazy. But so I appreciate that Frank, it's like you guys have known each other so long that it's like that brother-sister relationship, and it's like you guys really get each other. And so,
it's brother, sister, husband, wife, best friend, confident, like the neighbor, like Rudy, and what was the little neighbor boy that used to pick on her with the crush? It's all the different. Yes.
Hey, Stephanie. Hello, beautiful ladies. Mark says not many of us strong men left, but there are some. There are some strong men. And, on this same topic, Halle Berry. I mean, she's been speaking up a lot lately because people have been trying to shame her, saying, you're talented, you're beautiful, but you can't keep a man. And then she responded, who said I wanted to keep those men? And I don't want to keep them if it's not a good man. I love that. I love that.
Damian C said, we've got Nina's back, except for when Nina tried to defend the Gorilla Glue girl.
Woo! What's her name? Somebody was like, stop calling her Gorilla Glue girl. Her name is Tressica. Like, listen, everybody knows her as Gorilla Glue girl. So Gorilla Glue girl is her name.
Go break it down.
Gorilla Glue girl got her $15,000 on GoFundMe. I'm sure she's okay with that name.
$15,000 and not having hair anymore. And I didn't know that there was actually a Gorilla Glue hair product. Like, you saw that? Yes, there is. There is one. It's like a Gorilla Glue. Have you seen it, Autumn? They showed like a regular
Gorilla Snot.
Gorilla Snot. Mm-hmm. But I didn't even know there was a gorilla anything. So there was
not for hair,
and it has a little gorilla on it. So Gorilla Snot. So I'm thinking perhaps maybe. But what's the craziest thing you guys have ever done when you ran out of a hair product? Did you reach for some hardware stuff in the kitchen?
Hell no. I mean, the most I did was maybe grab some like Vaseline and try to flick back a ponytail. But something that could wash out. I know not to put industrial grade anything in my hair. Like,
so you haven't gotten creative with any makeup or any, well, Autumn, you did say you use, what kind of glue you used to for your eyelashes?
Oh, hair glue, me and Nina.
Okay, you and Nina. Okay. So that's not like Gorilla Glue, but
no, I do. But to your point, Nina, I'm sorry, Kokalani, I do think that, yes, she did look at the labels and probably equated the two. But reading is fundamental. Like on the front of it, it says like industrial grade, wood, metal, toilet seats, airplane wings. Like you literally can, like that's what you use for like heavy duty stuff. So, I mean, it sucks, but it's like, sis, you should have just read the label.
She's 40. She's 40.
She's 40 has an attorney and is trying to sue and trying to get a sponsorship deal. Come on.
She's not going to be that I've talked about this. That's not going to grow any legs, because their defense will be, well, it says on the front of the thing, so that's not going to grow any legs. That she's just doing that for whatever reason. But
so before we get out of here, and I'm so happy Nina and Braden are still here. Now, have you ladies ever watched Married at First Sight? Do you watch that?
Oh, that show with I saw a couple episodes. Yeah.
Look at Nina. Nina's like, yes.
So you've seen it. So I have not seen a full episode. Have you, Autumn?
No. Mm-mm.
So I guess it's, kind of like Robin, our producer, and I were talking about this before you ladies signed on. And I guess these people look at your profile and the things that you like, the things you're looking for in a mate, and they'll match you up with someone who they feel is perfect for you. And you get married. And I guess, you go from there. Have you, look at Autumn's face. Is that something? What if they say, okay, we'll put you on TV. You'll do this reality show. You got to marry the person. And, would you do it?
I'm done. I already did reality TV. What you ladies do? I
already did it. I was comment. Go ahead. I don't agree for doing stuff for TV, but if you do look at the history of arranged, but if you look at the history, like in some cultures, they have arranged marriages because their parents, they look outside of the eyes of the people who are actually, so they can actually see things. So parents, they make sure they're compatible, and they, when they get married, they're ready to get married. But I think here in our Western civilization, everything's kind of different. It's business, things don't work out. And, the longevity of a lot of marriages, sometimes they just don't work. So I think if you're putting yourself on display on television, and that's the sad thing, for The Bachelor. I don't know, you guys watch The Bachelor. I haven't watched that. But it's one thing to date someone. What was back in the day? What was that one, Love Something, where you went on a date with 3 guys, Love Connection? You remember back in the day? And you dated 3 guys, and then you say which one you want to go out with again.
Yeah.
Now that's one thing because you're dating, but when you're saying I do, come on now.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. That's
clout chaser.
You said what you said?
Clout chasers. Like I think a lot of those people. Okay, he just colored. I got purple marker on my face, y'all. I think a lot of people. Thanks, Braden. I think a lot of those people are doing it because they want, the fame. You're like social media famous as soon as you get on TV with the, and that last episode, I don't know if you guys missed the show, Frank and I did, but the black couple, Chris and Paige, who are on the current season of Married at First Sight, he had sex with that girl 2 times, knowing he wasn't attracted to her. Like intentionally slept with her on their wedding night. And then the next morning told her, yeah, I'm not attracted to you.
Is he the one who said that he normally goes out with different type of women on Instagram? Yes. Is that right?
Oh,
yeah, he's trash.
That the whole thing. Now, I've never done a dating site. I know we talked about this a long time ago. I've never done it, and this kind of falls in the same category for me. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're really looking for. I mean, if you can't meet someone organically or through friends, you don't know what you're getting. You really don't. And a lot of guys who are on these dating sites, they'll just tell you straight up, they're just on it to have sex with people because they view the women as desperate.
Well, I will tell you something. One of my former colleagues, she was my program director in Philadelphia, Helen Little. She was just on the Today Show last week. I don't know if you saw her thing. They had a whole segment on her, how she was looking for love after 50. And she found someone on a dating site, went through the whole expose, and she talked about how she was intentional. So I think now things are a little different, especially with COVID and things like that. But I do agree with what Nina said, that some people just go on those shows, especially television shows, because they want to be an actress or they want to be a singer. You know, they're trying to get in the business and be like, yeah, I was on that show. But I think if you're really sincerely looking for it, I don't think you would probably want to put yourself on Front Street. I'm not sure, you know.
Yeah. I met my son's father on Twitter.
You what?
I met Zay's dad on Twitter.
Did you?
Twitter?
How?
You?
How?
Oh my gosh, this was back when like Twitter may have kind of really just started. But yeah, no, I just randomly tweeted like, oh, I think I'm ready for a boyfriend. He slid in my DMs. I clicked on that profile picture. I was like, oh, he's cute. Damn. Introduce
17 sweets later. Okay, right.
But you know what?
This is a product of Match. He's a product of Match.com. His father, right? Who my husband. But I will say this: I'll never go online to date anyone again. Because this relationship isn't working out. And we'll end in a divorce. But here's the thing. Like, the one thing I will say is that I felt like everything was rushed, because you meet on this dating website and you're quote unquote ready for a relationship. You skip a lot of the like just getting to know each other in the friendship, because that's on there for this for a relationship. And I wish I would have we were engaged after a year, right? And I did my due diligence. We spent a lot of time together. But there's only so much you can really know about a person, you know, when you just know them for a year. Like, I want to be able to see how you've been moving the last 5 years, how you've been in other relationships, what your mama is really like, you know, how do you treat your friends? Do you have hobbies? Everything seemed like it was like super manufactured. Like, let me just present all the best things up front, because again, we're both in our late 30s at the time. He didn't have any children. This was, you know, I knew that I wanted more children. And then everything just kind of went too fast. Like, you will never catch Nina Brown on another dating site for the rest of my life, honey.
Wow.
Well, the comments are pretty lively. Terry, I know plenty of people who met nice guys online. Okay. Damien said Autumn Joy is the face of shoot your shot.
Hey. You know what's so funny though? Like, when I met Rich at CIAA, and we had a long distance relationship. He was in Atlanta, and this is when I was in North Carolina, and I've never done a long distance relationship, but when I tell you all, it was perfect. And what it did was it made us really work on our communication skills.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's all we had was our communication. And so now when it comes to communicating, it's like second nature. You know, I don't feel nervous to ask him things. I don't feel nervous to talk about stuff, that we leave no stone unturned. We talk about it. And, you know, and now look, you know, he moved from Atlanta. We're both in DC now. So I do think that figuring out unconventional ways or what works for you, I don't think I would have been where we are now if we were dating in the same state, because I actually appreciated having my space. I appreciated every time we saw each other, it felt like it was the first time, you know. So I do think, you know, and Nina, because, you know, again, maybe not soon, but you're going to get back out there. You're Nina Brown. You're beautiful. You got the best eyebrows ever.
Composition. Damien says, wait, Nina Brown about to be available, noted, and stored. All right, Damien. Well, you know what? I mean, as someone said, I saw it a little while ago, that the dating sites are not for everyone. And Stephanie said some dating sites are not good. I guess, you know, I mean, here we are coming up on Valentine's Day. which is the whole reason I wanted to, bring it up. And people who are single are, might be feeling the pressure to be in a relationship, or not. People who are dating are probably having a good time. And, so there's all different kinds of ways. Joe Gorham. Hey, Joe. Joe is organic is the only way. Well, it's the only way for Joe. And, I guess love is love, however you find love. If you get friends to hook you up, or you meet somebody in the supermarket, wherever, it's all good. And people say that, that they've met. People meet at supermarkets.
They do.
However, I don't take anybody seriously in the supermarket.
Like, I'm trying to get my ground turkey, sir. Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to make some spaghetti.
You wouldn't even make eye contact if somebody came up to you. You're trying to check out, and they're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, is that wheat bread?" You'd be like, "Get out of my face! I don't know you." What are you doing?
No, I love meeting people in the most casual places because. Like, you never do in the supermarket. You're just like, your guard is down. You're like, hey,
but if you're focused, Nina, be real. If you're focused and you're going to the store to get some milk and some bread, and you got 10 minutes to get in there and get out, and you're trying to find somebody come up behind you, excuse me. And then also it's about the mutual. And you be like, who? You work here? I'm sorry.
That was creepy.
Listen,
that's what they would say.
Let me tell you, so if he got a smile and he smells good and he looks good and he comes with not like, oh baby,
we're together in the grocery store.
Yeah.
There's some people come up to you and say, this ain't how I normally dress, but
I did meet a guy in the grocery store.
Yeah, I did too.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm in Whole Foods. Okay. And I just happen to be, usually I'll just put something on and run to the store, and that's when people usually come up to you. But I just happen to be, dressed like a grown-up this particular day. And this gentleman comes up, and he was very nice. He wasn't creepy at all, and said I looked like someone that he knew. That could have been a line, I don't know.
That's but definitely a line, Angela.
But he was cute, so I was like, really?
And you exchanged numbers within the first 3 minutes, or no?
No, but he found me on Facebook.
Oh, that's a stalker.
No, he wasn't. He was a nice guy. And
How did he find you?
To Nina's point,
okay.
I think if you're single and you have an open mind, you never know where you're going to meet people.
That's true.
The key is to be open, because oftentimes, like when I'm working, like you, Kokalani, I'm just kind of tunnel vision.
Right.
And somebody could be flirting with me all day long, and honestly, I don't even get it. I'm not in that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not in that headspace. But it's good to kind of,
that is a long
we
one.
got a paragraph.
Go ahead, read that. I'll read it. Alex said, in life, things turn upside down and you question if there are even true friends out there. Sometime back, I caught red-handed my husband with my own best friend in our own bed. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, and my heart started beating so fast and felt like my body was shaking. Then I ran straight to my elder sister's house. I cried so much, and my sister left me to cry and told me it would ease the pain I was feeling. Then she sat me down and asked me if I still love my husband. And I told her what?
Next week we will have the
Alex, you can't leave us on a cliffhanger.
That's the cliffhanger for next week. You'll find out what
Alex,
tune in next week, ladies' night.
Tune in next week on Ladies' Night. Where Autumn Joy, Nina, Angela, and Kokalani will find out what happened.
When her sister asked her with her husband, did she beat that bitch's ass?
Find out more.
And I told her
on WHUR.com.
I feel like Alex goes around to everybody's YouTube live and copies and pastes that into the comment section. And everybody.
We did meet at Blues Alley. Yeah, absolutely. Mark and his wife is an amazing singer as well.
Oh.
Don't date anybody off Tinder. Sidebar.
That's what I heard. Tinder and Plenty of Fish. I heard those are the ones you stay away
Plenty
from.
Plenty of Fish is annoying, but Tinder, that's just strictly a hookup app.
I was wondering about that. Are some of them known for just the hookups, and they say Match is really Autumn.
Match was okay, and I heard eHarmony. You have to write a big portfolio book.
eHarmony, that's too much.
You have 20 minutes to fill out the app. You're like,
I can't believe Alex just left us like that.
I told you, Damo is here for us. Where did Nina shop? I'll let you know. I shop in the baby section right now. Can't you see?
He's gonna come up to you in the grocery store smelling good. In the produce section.
And then what was that creepy thing you said, Kokalani? They come up.
Excuse me.
He's gonna be like, "Can you grab that?" He'll be like, "Can you grab my banana, sir?" He's gonna turn around. He's gonna have a real banana. Like, oh, sir, you scared me.
This is getting from bad to worse.
He said he used Bumble and BLK. What's that? BLK?
No.
Black people meet.
Probably no. Bumble and Plenty of Fish. That's too much. My mentions were blowing up. It just was a lot. You know, I did go through a single period, so yeah. But I mean, Tinder is kind of cool though. You know, but Nina, the thing about Tinder is like if you're kind of known, then you just got to be careful with that. You're like
So Nina, when you're ready to start dating again, you're gonna have to. We'll hook you up. We'll have some singles mingles, pillow talk. You know, you can do that. Or what do you think is the best way to meet people? Having your friends hook you up, or what?
Pray.
And pray. Pray. Well, you know what though? We laugh, but one of my really good girlfriends, I'm not going to say her name, she could be watching, but she told me that she said this really good prayer and was really specific. And about a week later, she met this beautiful man. I mean,
Won't he do it?
He loves her. This was 1 week later she met him, and he approached her. This man, I mean, she's like very successful. She's definitely a boss lady, and very feminine, just like we are. You know, bosses and feminine. And you know, anyway, this was a year ago. He called me about a week ago, a little over a week ago. And I'm like, why is he calling me? And I pick up, he goes, Angela, what's your favorite Beyonce song? I'm like, I don't know. I like Halo. He's like, what about Put a Ring on It? They got engaged. 1 year
Can we just praise him? Let's just praise God.
This was God.
But you know what? To your point, Angela and Nina, like that really does work. And I will admit that when I was going through my transition period, I did actually go and speak to a median, and I'd never done that. But her company was a Black Feather. I had never done it before. My coworker Karen Clark was like, you should talk to her. And I was really skeptical because I'm like, But when I tell y'all, she was spot on. She told me that I was going to meet a man that wears suits for a living, that has curly hair and looks like he could be Spanish. And so I'm like, I'm not going to meet that. I was in Raleigh at the time. And 2 weeks later, I went to CIAA. Yeah. And then 2 weeks later, you know, I went to CIAA and met Rich, who wears suits for a living, who has curly hair, and sometimes when he tans, gets mistaken for being Dominican. So I'm just like, oh my God, you know, so and also manifestation. And, you know, I was very specific when I prayed and asked God, you know, I was like, please let him have all of his limbs, all of his teeth. I want him to be taller than me, decent eyebrows, a nice hair grade, like all of the stuff that I was very specific.
Very specific. Eyebrows.
And you have to be specific because God will give you what you ask for, and then you'll be like, oh, I forgot to say I didn't want him to cheat, and then you got to do it again, and then you like, I forgot to say. So you got to be specific. I've learned that God will give you what you ask for, but you know
what? You did just describe Mark, because that is what he looks like.
Oh, is it?
He's cute. That's funny though. All right, Nina. I'll gather all my friends. Let's see, Elvina. I believe it. I love that. Damien, I missed the Pillow Talk game night events. Me too. They were so much fun. You know what? After COVID, we're coming back. Somebody was asking me about that the other night, but we put a lot of couples together. Damien.
Yes, I was Damien. Yes.
Can I have a whole man, please?
Yes, because y'all don't understand. No, the dude that I was dating before Rich, we call him Buffer Dude. I later found out that he was into transgenders. And so, I didn't know that. So that's a whole nother ladies' night. We'll talk about that off the record. But you know.
We got to put everything in the prayer. Everything has to be in the prayer.
Please let him be only into women. Please be only into women.
You got to put everything in the prayer.
Yeah,
but
let's definitely talk about that. We can talk about that next week. I mean, oh my God, there's so much we can talk about with that. Ooh. So we'll talk about, you know, if you ever kind of dated somebody who might have been on the DL and you didn't know it and you found out, or if that did happen, how would you react? Think about that. Those of you who are listening and watching, think about that. We want to hear your comments as well. That's what we're talking about next week. Go ahead, bring it on.
Kokalani, are you single, ready to mingle? Because Prez is cute, and he said, "Can y'all hook him up? He's got his life together."
You know what? I think he's gonna be waiting for you, Nina. He's gonna be waiting for you. You're gonna have a lot of people. As soon as you're ready, they're gonna be like, "All right, I'm week one."
Well, no, actually, Kokalani, it's Damien who's ready for Nina. You might have.
Oh, right.
I mean, answer the question, Kokalani. Answer the question.
Yeah, you double date with me and Damo. You impressed? Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do that, but I think that's a beautiful thing, though. I think it's probably going to be great. Angela, wait a minute. What about you, Angela?
Oh, see, Angela.
Angela's standing back there, Kokalani. I'm like, well, Angela.
Hey, I got a high credit score.
Ladies, y'all better stop playing.
That's important.
You said if that helps.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, this is so good. And I love these just impromptu chats just about everything that's relevant to our lives. So thank you, ladies, so much. And thank you all for your comments. We love you. You're very much a part of this show. But yeah, think about what we said we're talking about next week and get your opinions together. Tell your friends. We get a lot of people viewing, but we want even more. I mean, why not? The more the better.
And happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too. And Nina and Braden made the whole show.
Yes.
Yes. And now he walks away. He's like, okay, my job is done. So can we take a picture?
Yeah, let's take a picture.
Who's got the
I gotta make sure my baby hairs are showing. Hold on, I gotta make sure my baby hairs.
Okay, one more. Okay.
Thank you, ladies. All right, so one by one, shout out, starting with Nina Brown.
Well, thank you guys so much. You can always follow me on Instagram at Penina Brown. That's spelled Penina Brown on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's just Nina Brown. But be sure to listen to us every single day on the Frank Ski Show with Nina Brown from 3 to 7 on WHUR. I love you guys. Good night.
Love you too, Nina. All right. Autumn Joy, what's up?
Hey guys, it's me, Nina Lonnie Stribling. See what I did there? I mixed up everybody's name. No, hey guys, it's your midday love, Autumn Joy Live. You guys can, I play too much. You guys can catch me Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 on WHUR. You can follow me on social media if you want to see my dope dance moves at Autumn Joy with an I Live. Love you, Live Squad.
Love you too, Nina Lonnie Stribling. Lonnie, what's up?
This is Nina Lonnie Stribling Joy. She forgot to add her, right? All right. Hey, what's up? It's me, Kokalani. And you can follow me on all social media platforms on Twitter and Instagram at Kokalani. That's Kokalani. And don't forget, you can tune in on Saturday when we're going to have a special 4 p.m. face-off Valentine's Day edition with the one and only Luther Vandross facing off Maxwell. I'm not even going to say anything. All I'm going to say is Saturday, make sure you tune in and call in and vote.
Well, all right. Thank you, ladies. Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies. I love Ladies Night. Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition. Happy Valentine's Day to you. And Don't think we're forgetting about you for Valentine's Day. Tomorrow night, we've got something very special and very sexy. The Prince of Sophisticated Soul, Will Downing, is going to join me right here, same time, 9 o'clock, same platform, for a very special and very sexy HUR at Home Valentine's Day. Just for you. You don't want to miss it. I'll give you a hint. If you like chocolate, get ready because he's got something for you. I'm Angela Stribling. Make sure you join us on Pillow Talk with Angela every Sunday night at midnight, right after Manzi Pullen and the Original Quiet Storm. Love you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget, check out WHUR.com for all of our lineups and listen to your favorite radio station. 96.3 WHUR sounds like Washington, celebrating 49 years. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.